Alrighty guys, want to make a quick video. I did have a thought on Mullen. So here's the thing: if you look back the 6 months that was like the squeeze period from basically late February to what was it, late July. If you take that time frame, there was 7 different dilutions. Okay, so in those 7 different dilutions, like, we never bought more than 100 million at a time. Now, if you look at like AMC, because that's what we're comparing this to, there's nothing that was more closely represented in shares diluted compared to outstanding shares versus authorized total amount of shares that tracked exactly like AMC all the way to the final point, and then they voted themselves dilution. So it's pretty crazy to think about. But in AMC, there was 3 different times that retail bought over 500 million shares, $500 million worth of shares. One time in January, one time in April, and then another time in late May, mid-May, right before it squoze. And all 3 of those times, they bought shares instead of, so they bought their shares instead of the price going up and FOMO coming in. That was all pre-FOMO. So 3 different times, total of $1.5 billion, all pre-FOMO investments. And then when it did run, so when AMC ran from $12 to $72, they diluted their final, what was it, 60 million shares. I think they still had 10 million left after diluting. If you assume they diluted somewhere in the middle between $12 and $72 and assumed an average price of $30, that was $1.8 billion of retail money that they diluted. And so, pretty big deal. And we never got that FOMO with MULN because they stole the squeeze. Pretty disappointing. Imagine $1.8 billion going into a stock that is still less than $1.8 billion market cap just because it's up 300-400%. Like, it would have gone crazy, people. Anyways, final thought on MULN. They have dilution, people. They've made a SEC filing that says that they have to dilute every single one of their shares under 84 cents. Maximum allowable offering price, 84 cents. So if you think about that, and they got, I mean, there's 500 million shares. Honestly, I haven't even looked at this in forever, but let's go ahead and take a look just for the fun of it. MULN volume. So they announced that as of June 30th, there was 498 million shares. So if we look at June 30th, let's look at the volume. There's 100 million, 250 million, 400 million, 450 million, 550 million, 650 million, 750 million, 900 million, 1 billion, 50 million, 1.15 billion, 1.25 billion, 1.5 billion, holy moly, more than I thought there was. 1.75 billion, 1.85 billion, 2 billion, 2.25, 2.4, 2.55 billion shares traded from June 30th, so July 1st, all the way to September 7th. They did say as of August 10th, there was 509 million shares, so that's actually probably a better one to go. So if you go 509 million minus the 20 million or so insider shares, there might be 30 million, let's say that. So 509 million, that's 470 million minus the 30 million of insider shares of like David Mickery and stuff. So the other one was like institutions. This one's David Mickery. So like retail probably owns about 440 million shares. And let's count from August 10th because that's a better representation. 440 million shares from August 10th. So that's 2.5, 3 point, no, that's about 4. That's 5. 7, 8.5. So about a billion, maybe 1.1 billion shares traded since their last 509 million dilution or total outstanding shares on August 10th announcement. So figure another 500 million or so, maybe 750 million before we get the next dilution announcement. And it'll be interesting to see how much retail bought. If retail bought 250 million of the 500 million shares, that's super strong. If retail bought 100 million shares or less, if there's 650 million or less shares outstanding, retail didn't do that great. And so, final thought. I believe there's more dilution to come. I don't think this whole meme stock craze is over with. And I think that we got a long way down before we're going to see a long way up. And I think the way up is going to come all at once. And it's just the way they want to play it. And they're going to keep trying to get you to sell. And they're going to keep trying to get you to sell. And they don't want you to, they don't want to pay you. And so as long as you keep buying the dip, eventually you get paid for sure. And so in order to do this, the whole point of everything I've just said is that retail is broke. There are not a lot of people trying to chase short squeezes right now, like AMC and GME, and they haven't been for the last 6 months. There's some, and it's been enough to make things exciting, but not enough to actually even remotely compare to what we've seen in the past. And so we know that a lot of people aren't watching. And if you want to help the squeeze happen from now on MULN rips, 10% you take 25% of your money, another 10% you take 25% of your money, another 10% you take 10% of your money, and then you wait for dips. And you can hold the rest. And if it squeezes, you just got to be okay with that, you were trying to help the squeeze, and so you selling those shares, if it's squeezing, then they didn't need you. That means you were at the wall and it's fine. But if they dip it with dilution, like we've seen for the last 6 months, you start buying those dips and you get more and more shares every rip to dip than you used to have. And if you do that, the price will start to go up and there'll be less dips. So yes, that is MULN. Now, other than talking about MULN, stupid Martin Shkreli, that guy sucks. I messaged him and told him to tweet my YouTube or fucking Instagram it. Anyways, want to talk about the whole image I've created, me saying that I'm God, Jesus Christ, which if you read the Bible, you call Jesus Christ God. It's okay. It's the only way to tame the earth and all the immoral creatures that walk it. Is one man has to take the reins from everybody. No more bullcrap, no more arguments. This one man proved that he's willing to do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. And so I was listening to songs and I just want to play this song for you guys. This is I love life. I've been on I've made lots of money, and when I made my money, I went on vacations. Every time I go on vacation, I stay in the nicest hotel room with the biggest bathtub, and I just soak and I relax and I eat the best food. I get massages. I love life. Life is great. But I hate the life that we're forced to live by the people that control us. I despise them at every level. There's not a good one out there. If they got more than $50 million, they're a bad person. That's just how I feel in my heart. Like, you can't have money and be a good person, because if you have money, you can change everything around you, and just nobody's doing it at a high enough level. And so, I love life. I want you to love life. I'm showing people now how to make infinite money every single day live trading. You guys should join me. Like, this will double your money every 20 to 40 days. Guaranteed. Guaranteed, I promise. Oh, man. And I hand trade it every single day. There's no algorithm. Like, I can create an algorithm, and eventually I will. And I'm going to have people send money, and it's just going to trade, and everyone will get their profits wired to them once a week or whatever. I don't know. I haven't really worked out the details of that yet. But I'm just hand trading it right now. And for the next 2 weeks, I don't know how long it's going to take. But I know there's some people out there that are watching. And I suspect I'll be trading some live funds, because somebody doesn't want to trade, but they got the funds. And they're like, hey, can you just trade for me? And, like, I'll decide what to do with the profits. All they'd have to do is give me their password. Like, I'm not able to send wire transfers. I'm not able to do shit. I nothing except trade your account. But I'm the best trader in the universe, so it'd be a blessing. Anyways, again, I love life. You should love life. And why I do this song is a great reason, I guess. I don't know.
For the beauty of the earth, for the beauty of the skies, for the love which from our birth over and around us lies. Lord of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise. For the beauty of each hour, of the day and of the night, hill and vale and tree and flower, sun and moon and stars of light. Lord of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise. For the joy of human love, brother, sister, parent, child, friends on earth and friends above, for all gentle thoughts and mild. Lord of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise.
I had a final thought, and so if you are watching my live streaming, if you've already been watching my live streaming and my infinite money hack, you'll see a couple days where, like, I lost $200 to $500, but that doesn't compare to the days I make $4,000 trading the exact same amount of money every single time. So, like, there's never a step backwards. But I did get a change in my work schedule, and so right now I work pretty late, and I can't go to sleep right after I'm done working. I don't know why, but I just need to decompress. And now that I'll be getting home around 9 o'clock every night, like getting to bed at a decent hour to wake up for the market at 6:30 in the morning, should be no problem. And so, yeah, like, if you have an account, make sure it's an options day trading margin account, the best you can get. Call and ask and make sure you have the best you can get, and if not, tell them that you need it and you want it, and that, like, if they ask you questions, tell them all the best answers. I got money, I'm willing to lose it, yada yada yada. What else? Yeah, so I'll be there to live stream with you guys. I'm going to try to live stream full market hours. And I'll probably go for at least 2 or 3 weeks without, like, expecting anyone or, like, I mean, I already got people trading. I got one account that has $30,000 in it, and I mean, in 20 days, they'll have $60,000. So that makes things interesting. But yeah, I'll be there to live trade with you guys, even though it's only paper trading. I'll be able to answer any questions you have during the trading process, but there shouldn't be many because it's super simple and it's just a little bit boring watching the ticker all day. But I mean, I'm sure you guys would be excited. Like, money's, I don't look at money the same way you guys look at money. And when I say you guys, I mean everybody. Like, there's no person in the world that looks at money the way I do. I don't care about it. Like, I give it away more than I give it to myself. Like, every homeless person, I'm going to work washing dishes, and every time I pass a homeless person, which oftentimes is the same person every single day of every week, I'm giving him $3 to $20 depending on when I got paid and how much money I got left in my pocket. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I just don't want the money until I have all of it. And so, yeah, I don't know. Like, if you're making $4,000, if you have a $100,000 account and you're making $4,000 every day, almost automatic, and you're literally making $15,000 to $20,000 a week, like, I gotta imagine watching a ticker for 6 hours can't be that bad of a gig. Like, that's gotta be something you're down with. It's gotta be better than whatever the fuck you're doing now. Alright guys, have a good night.